Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel if you're returning. Thank you so much for coming back because it really is much appreciated. And if you are new here, you're so very welcome. So my name's Sharon and my channel is Retirement Edit UK. And I chat about what I get up to as being semi-retired. So I do work 20 hours a week in the local community in a job that I really enjoy, and this gives me a really good work-life balance of being able to do things for my mum, see family and friends, be able to do my vlog and other hobbies as well. So what's my vlog about? If you haven't visited here, then basically the Retirement Edit UK, I talk about food shopping, so my food shops from Aldi, Lidl, Sainsburys, Marks and Spencer, and I also talk about finds from the charity shop and Vinted. I also talk about personal budgeting, and that sometimes encompasses my spending diary and how I'm getting on mid-month and end of month with spending and grocery shopping. If these are the kind of things that are interesting for you to listen to, then I would really love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel and carry on watching. And I also do talk about recipes, and I feature cook with me's because we are actually going to see a cook with me today, and it's actually a slow cooked chicken curry. So I also did a Sainsbury's shop and an Aldi shop in the middle of the week. So I'm going to show you the shops first, and then it's going to run straight into my cook with me for the slow cook. So I really hope you enjoy these parts of the video, and I'll be back later. Hi everyone, so it's Wednesday morning and I've just come back from my food shopping. So I have done 2 shopping visits this morning, one to Sainsbury and one to Aldi. So I will do the Aldi part of the video after this Sainsbury's one. So I did make a slight nectar saving in Sainsbury's, so let's go. So I bought a big Domestos, and I haven't tried this scent actually. It's called Mountain Fresh, I think. Yes, and this big one, the normal price is £1.75, but I got a nectar price saving of 25p off. So at £1.50, I thought that was quite a good deal because the smaller size to that I think was either £1.25 or £1.35. So yeah, it made sense to get that bigger one. Then next on the list are some pink pickled onions. Really like these. These are £1.50. And then I'm completely out of mustard, so I got a jar of Sainsbury's own brand, and that was 55p. Then I got through this big jar that I bought. I think I only bought it last month actually. I've been eating them like really regularly, and was very happy with the price at £1.80. So yeah, I got another jar of these. Then I bought another sweet potato, and that was 40p. And then I got some cheddar slices at £1.39 for 10 slices. Sharon at Living on a Low Income UK told me that there was some nectar price offers on Cathedral City and also Lurpak butter. Unfortunately, in my Sainsburys, the Cathedral City, the only one that they had a really good deal on, which was £1.75, was completely sold out. And then the normal price was £3.39. And then I think there was like 50p saving on the nectar price. So I thought, you know what, I do want cheese just for sandwiches, so I'm going to get the sliced. And yeah, £1.39 for 10 slices. That's more than adequate for me. Then I do like the Stamford Street mixed eggs. They are free range and you get 10 in a box, and they were £1.64. And then last on the list is the giraffe baton, which was 80p. So my total spend there for my Sainsbury's shop came to £9.58, and I saved 25p. That was on the Domestos. So yeah, not a bad little midweek shop. I had gone to Aldi previously and bought some lamb shanks for the freezer, so I was really happy with that. So no meat or fish needed in Sainsbury's. So let's see now what I got at Aldi. So after we'd finished in Sainsbury's, I took my mum home, unpacked her shopping, did a couple of other bits that needed doing for her, and then I made my way to Aldi. So the reason I wanted to go to Aldi was to check out if they had any chicken drum fillets in store, and also the mushroom truffle pizza, because both of those were out of stock when I went on my last visit. So the lady was unpacking the chicken, and she literally had just put the chicken drum fillets in the fridge, so I was very happy with those. And you get 600 grams for £2.99, and my intention is to do a chicken curry, so very much looking forward to using those. And if I do a chicken curry, I think I'm highly likely going to do it in the slow cooker. So the next item on the list is the crisps, and a 6-pack of crisp was 89p. Then I bought some sliced beetroot. I got home, I realised I've still got half a jar left, so at least I've got them. They can go in the store cupboard for the moment. And these came to 79p. Now I had to get these. You've just seen my Sainsbury's shop, and I've bought some gherkins. But these had a price cut of 20p, which meant they were reduced from 49p to 29p. I mean, how excellent is that? That's a really, really good bargain. So both the beetroot and the gherkins can stay in the store cupboard for the moment. So I'm pretty pleased that I did get them. And obviously on to my next item, which is my favourite mushroom truffle pizza. Really, really love this. I think I will have this for my tea one day this week with some house salads, so very looking forward to that. And then last on the list, really like their specially selected easy peelers, and these were a great price, £1.75, and you get quite a few in there. I think there's possibly 8 or 9, so yeah, that's a really great price. So very happy with that little shop at Aldi there. That came to £9.46. So yeah, is there anything here on the Sainsbury's or Aldi list you've seen that takes your fancy? I have looked for chicken drum fillets in a few shops, and not all of them do them. They didn't have them in Sainsbury's. They don't do them in my local Tesco. and I'm pretty much sure you can't get them in Lidl, although please let me know in the comments if you can. I would be very interested to know what other shops do sell them, if they do sell out at Aldi, so please let me know if you know yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a mo. So it's Friday morning and I'm going to put on a chicken curry in the slow cooker. I bought some chicken drum fillets from Aldi earlier this week, and I've prepared the potatoes and the onion and the garlic, which I'll mince in. And I've also got here some pomodorini cherry tomatoes. I'm going to use half a can. And then I've got all my spices lined up. So I'm going to put everything in the slow cooker. See you in a minute. So I've put the chicken drum fillets in at the bottom. I did cut them in half, and I've put a sliver of vegetable oil on the bottom and just coated the chicken drum fillets in it. Then the onions went next, then the potatoes, then half a can of the pomodorini tomatoes, and then the garlic. And then next now is going to be the spices and the stock. So the spices that I'm adding is garam masala, turmeric, cumin, ground coriander, curry powder, and I will add cayenne pepper. I like to do that as I go along. And I've just mixed that into a cup with my chicken stock, and I'm now going to pour that in. So the prep is all done, everything is in. So I'm going to put this on high for 4 hours, because when I did my last slow cooker, I just felt it took ages to cook. Well, it did take 7 hours, but the potatoes were still a bit hard. And previously doing it on high, which I've always done, it came out really nice. So my intentions are to do it for 4 hours on high and then keep it warm and serve. We are just 10 minutes after I've just spoken, because I've decided to add in a heaped tablespoon of butter and also some generous amount of salt and pepper. So I really will see you in about an hour to an hour and a half's time. Hi there, so it's around an hour. I'm just going to give it a stir. The butter's completely melted. It's already smelling quite nice actually. I mean, it's nowhere near ready, but I can smell garlic. So yeah, just giving that a bit of a stir. Nothing sticking on the bottom either. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I'm not going to add any more liquid at this point. So yeah, quite happy with that. Just going to let it do its thing. So it's around the 2 hour mark, and yeah, you can see the chicken's getting nicely cooked now. Smelling absolutely lovely. But yeah, potatoes have got quite a way to go yet. Still happy with the amount of liquid there. Not going to be adding more. So yep, that's the 2-hour check-in. So it's at the 3-hour mark and the curry is bubbling away nicely. I did add a tablespoon of corn flour and also some honey, and it's cooking, it's doing its thing, so I'm just deciding what vegetable to add. I do like a bit of greenery in my curries, and I'm debating whether to add spinach or the rest of the bag that I've got that my friend gave to me of cut green beans from her garden. So I've got a feeling I think I'm going to add the cut green beans. Here goes. So yeah, that's just about the right amount there. Let's give those a stir in. Yeah, pretty happy with that now. So put the lid on and leave it to cook. If I feel that after 4 hours the potatoes aren't as soft as I would like, then I'm going to leave it to cook for a little while longer, I think. So we've just gone past 4 hours, and yeah, the potato, you can see that it's nice and soft. Very happy with that. Knife's going straight through there. And I did add some sugar and a little bit more salt, and it's just right. Done a taste test and I'm very happy. So yeah, I think I am going to keep this on warm now. You can see the chicken's just pulling it away from itself, and it will be ready to serve in about an hour's time. So bon appetit. So I hope you enjoyed those parts of the video. I haven't done a cook with me for a little while, and now we're coming into autumn, I do love using my slow cooker. So having a chicken curry is ideal, and it's a great opportunity to do a batch cook as well. So very happy that's done, and that's created a few meals there for me. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about was some YouTube content creators that I've been watching over this last week, and the ones in particular are Diary of a CEO and Building Wealth with No Borders and We Study Billionaires. Now, I kind of really enjoy these. I think they're kind of podcast, kind of interview channels, because they do seem to have guests on them. And in particular, the We Study Billionaires featured Morgan Housel, who's written Psychology of Money and also The Art of Spending Money. And in particular, I found that this channel was really, really good, and I really enjoyed this particular vlog that I watched. So it is a new book that is out, and it studies how happiness correlates with spending money and having money. And based on the actual vlog that I watched, I think the book is going to be a very good read, and it definitely gives you food for thought. And yeah, I highly recommend this one if it's something that you know, is of interest to you. I know not a lot of people are interested in finances, but I love finances, I love economic history, that kind of thing. So for me, it was right up my street. Then another channel that I've watched was Building Wealth with No Borders, and her guest was from the Plain English Finance channel. And again, both of these channels seem really good watches, especially if you are looking at ways to, you know, budget your money, increase your wealth with what you've got, good things to invest in. And I really enjoyed this particular one because they talked about investing in gold through ETFs and through stocks and shares ISA. So that was something I was really interested in watching. And the Diary of a CEO, they had on Kevin O'Leary, and again, I found that a really riveting watch. So yeah, it's 3 recommendations there for YouTube channels if you are interested in economics and personal finance and finance in general. Highly recommend those 3 channels. And then when I was listening to Radio 4 a couple of days ago, I tuned in at 11:45, and they had an audio book by Andrew Ross Sorkin, who has brought out a new book called 1929, and it's about the economic crash that took place. I listened to part of the audio book and it sounds really good. I mentioned it to my son and he's going to treat me to the book at the end of the month. So I love a bit of economic history, and again, this is right up my street. It's kind of like told in a story book kind of way, but it's factual information. So yeah, another book recommendation by me here. So thank you so much for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, would you consider doing so, because it would mean a lot to me. And if you click on the notifications, you can get a notification of when my vlogs come out, which is generally Wednesdays and Saturdays. I sometimes put out a short on a Thursday or Friday, but generally my main videos are on a Wednesday and Saturday. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really great weekend. Please leave some comments for me, especially about slow cooking. Are you using your slow cooker yet to make some, you know, real good comfort food and batch cooking? I'd love to know. And similarly, are any of the recommendations I've left on YouTube, are they up your street? And also the book recommendation, I'd love to know if, you know, you do read personal finance books, economics books, or if you watch those kind of genres on YouTube. I'd love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.